Hey, what's up guys, Yusuf here from Tech Droids, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, the big boy, the flagship of the flagships, one of the more important phones for Android in 2023 in my opinion. And in today's video, I'm going to be unboxing it for you guys in the green color. Let's check out what's in the box, and I had some time with the S23 Ultra to check out its new features. So let's talk about what's changed and what's new, compared to the S22 Ultra from last year, and is it worth buying? So design, performance, battery life, display, cameras, everything you need to know in this video. This is going to be a one-stop shop for the S23 Ultra. With that being said, like this video, get subscribed to Tech Droids, and let's get started. Alright, so starting off the unboxing experience, the box is very similar to last year's. It's a thin and light box that is made out of recyclable materials, and you have the S23 Ultra on top, the picture of the phone itself, the Samsung branding, and once you open it up, there is two compartments. So the first package contains your SIM ejector tool, your USB Type-C to Type-C cable, and two pieces of documentation. That's pretty much it. There's no earbuds, there's no extra adapters, there's no charging adapter even here, so you'll have to buy that separately. Next up in the box is the phone itself, again covered in that recyclable peel. Take that off and it reveals this green color, which again is liked by some people. There are going to be a bunch of other colors as well, and you can also get some exclusive colors from Samsung.com, so I'll drop a link so you guys can check that out for yourself and see what you like. And that's the unboxing experience. Now let's talk about the S23 Ultra itself. And the S23 Ultra has had some major changes to it. So specs, design, and cameras. Let's talk design first. This time around, the S23 Ultra is a more flat, more boxy phone, and this is a good change in my opinion. This is Samsung going in the right direction, because the S23 Ultra is a big and heavy phone. It's 234 grams and 8.9 millimeters in terms of the thickness. It's got a big battery as well as the S Pen functionality, so again, we can forgive it for the thickness and everything, but this boxy, flat edges really helps. The weight is balanced really well. It's got Corning's Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the front as well as the back, so premium materials, it's metal and glass, and it feels really premium in the hand. It's a very comfortable as well as a confident grip in my opinion, and you're going to be less afraid of just the phone slipping out of your hand or dropping it. But again, you should use a case with an expensive phone like the S23 Ultra or a skin, whatever is your fancy. But just talking about the design and build quality, the design looks really good. The camera bumps are a little bit bigger than last year, and the rings around the cameras are more emphasized this time around, and when kept flat on a table, it does just wobble when you text or use the phone, so there's no going about that. So use a case to protect the camera lenses, but overall the build quality is very sturdy. It's a solid looking phone, and it feels solid in the hand as well, and the design in my opinion is really good as well. Now moving on to the next major change, that's going to be the specifications, and these are the top-notch specs that you can expect in 2023 phones. So again, Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. That means it has a slightly higher max clock speed, 3.36 GHz. It's the 4nm fabrication process, Adreno 740 GPU, 12 GB of RAM here. That is LPDDR5X, so it's really fast. And you've got UFS 4.0 storage here. So 256, 512, or 1 TB in terms of the storage options. A 5000 mAh battery that does support 45-watt wired charging. Again, it's got wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. IP68 dust and water resistance, and the S Pen is towards the bottom, so you do get the S Pen functionality as well. Android 13, and on top is going to be Samsung's One UI. That's your specifications, and they're all really good. In terms of performance, this phone flies through everything you can throw at it, like video editing as well as photo editing, doing any sort of high-end gaming on this phone. If you're really into those competitive games, again, this phone can get through that really easily. Frame rates are going to be constant and smooth, and it's a really good performing phone in my opinion. Again, the software experience is a toss-up as usual. This is Samsung's One UI, so if you like it, you like it. If you like the extra features, if you do use them, you're going to appreciate it. But if you're a stock lover, if you like stock Android, you will notice that there's some duplicate apps, there's some bloatware, some extra features that you might not need. But again, they're there. Now talking about extra features, the S Pen is a big part of the S23 Ultra. It's been carried over from their Note series, now that the Note series is kind of dead and it's no longer being launched by Samsung. The S Pen functionality, in my opinion, is really nice. You can draw over screenshots, you can use it to point at things, and you can write notes, which is a really good thing if you're in a quick hurry. The S Pen can be pretty handy in just jotting down some stuff. and it goes back in that bottom slot and it is useful in many ways in my opinion. So the S Pen functionality is definitely appreciated, and if you do want a stylus with your Android phone in 2023, the S23 Ultra is your only option in my opinion. There is no other phone that can do it so well. And that's the software and performance and extra functionality. Now talking about the biggest change on the Galaxy S23 Ultra, and that's going to be the cameras. The S23 Ultra has 4 of them on the back and 1 on the front. You've got a 200 megapixel f1.7 main sensor with better OIS, better autofocus, as well as better low light performance. So overall, it's going to be a really great camera experience in my opinion. You've got the same stock, Samsung camera app, which has all the modes and everything. You can juggle around between the different lenses. So you've got a 12 megapixel ultra wide, a 10 megapixel telephoto with 3x zoom, and a 10 megapixel telephoto with 10x zoom. So this phone can take pictures of the moon. It can do really high quality video, 8K 30 FPS to be precise. It can do super slow motion video, and towards the front you have a 12 megapixel camera, which seems to be a downgrade from last year, but it's actually not. This front camera supports 4K HDR in 60 FPS. So if you're a vlogger, if you like to take a lot of selfie videos, this is going to be a really high quality camera for you. The cameras on the S23 Ultra are top notch. Pictures are going to be great from both the front as well as the back cameras, and the 200 megapixel mode is going to be amazing because you'll get a lot of detail. And again, Samsung's image processing is going to be here as well. So if you like it, if you like the pictures from the S23 Ultra, you're going to love this camera experience. And it can compare to the other phones like the Pixels and iPhones of the world, but again, they're all different image processing algorithms, so they will have slightly different images. So again, if you like Samsung's image processing, the S23 Ultra has got your back in terms of cameras. Again, here are some samples. I hope you like them. And let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about the camera quality on the S23 Ultra? So I mentioned that the S23 Ultra is a big phone, and a reason for that is going to be the display on the front. It's a 6.8-inch display that's got a Quad HD Plus resolution and 120 Hz refresh rate. This is a dynamic AMOLED panel, so it's a second generation LTPO display that can go from 1 Hz to 120 Hz. 1750 nits of peak brightness and HDR10 Plus compatibility means that watching videos, playing games, consuming content, and just flicking through, the normal Android UI, swiping through Instagram and Twitter is going to be really smooth and really amazing and immersive experience. Samsung display has never been bad, and the S23 Ultra is no exception. This is a big, bright, and amazing display in my opinion. Underneath that display is an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, and there is also a small punch hole for the front camera. So that's the display. I really enjoyed using it, and it's a really nice phone in my opinion. Overall, the S23 Ultra is a good phone. There is some, refinements, some small changes from last year, the major one being the cameras, and just updating the specs, doing little changes to the design does make it feel like a good refresh in my opinion. But it is an expensive phone, $1199 in the US and 1,25,000 rupees in India for the 256GB variant. So it's an expensive phone, and it's not for everyone. It is for a niche group of people who like a stylus on their phone, who like a big phone, who want that extra battery life as well. Talking about the battery life on the S23 Ultra, is going to be really good. Even if you're using it Quad HD at 120 Hz, you should be able to get through 1 day of use no problem. And if you do go down to 1080p 120 Hz, you should be able to get more than a day, maybe a day and a half. And again, that's with the 45-watt wire charging and the wireless as well as reverse wireless charging. So even if you do run out of battery on the S23 Ultra, it's not very hard to top it up and get some extra juice for you to get going again. And the battery life experience again is really good. So overall, I do recommend the S23 Ultra, but as I said, it's not for everyone. If you're looking for a cheaper alternative from Samsung itself, check out the S23 Plus or the normal base variant S23. You can check out my video on the channel. I'll link it down below. And let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about the S23 Ultra? Are you going to buy it? Which phone do you use right now? What are you planning to upgrade to? I'll be there replying to you guys in the comment section. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found this video helpful and learned something from it, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads. But with that being said, my name has been Yusuf. You guys have been awesome. Stay awesome, keep smiling, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.